Guys, welcome back. My name is Inji and you're watching Good Speed. We are back at it on the 61 Renault Dauphine build. This time we're going to be cutting up what's left of the 1994 Mazda Miata chassis so we can fit the Dauphine body onto. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and if this is your first time checking us out, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Now let's fire up the Sawzall and get stuck in. Right, so I think the first step is to cut these windshield surrounds off. Hold on, I need some ear protection. And eye protection, yeah. So now that the windshield bezel or surround is out, we're gonna try and figure out exactly where we need to start cutting. So I think the first course of action is to start just trimming. And I put a line right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I did cut all the way down this seam here. Got it a little funky here, but it'll be all right. Try and take this front where the cowl used to sit. So basically this line. So basically starting at this line here and back, it's gonna come off. This is pretty much loose here. The only other thing left to do is cut this little piece over there, which I already did here. I already removed the whole reinforcement that's over there, but it's a little tricky with all the pedals and stuff. So in that last clip, we did take the front cowl off. So now there's a bit of a negative space here. So the way I have it set up is the K-series transmission, everything kind of sits in the same way that it would in a Miata, right? Obviously the chassis is Miata. The transmission shifter will come out of this transmission hole here. So the reason we're even cutting most of this is that, first of all, we need to put the body on top, right? But secondly, we have this imaginary line that's gonna go pretty much down this pinch weld here. If you see that pinch weld that goes down and kind of is in line with the cut that we made down here, that's how wide the interior of the Renault is. So same on this side, obviously, right? From that pinch weld to this pinch weld is the same distance as, or vaguely the same distance as the interior width of the Renault, right? B pillar to B pillar, A pillar to A pillar interior. So what's gonna happen is that means that our transmission shifter is gonna sit here, pretty much in line, just, you know what, let's say 5 or 6 inches away from the center of the B pillar, which means that when I'm shifting, I'm gonna be shifting back here instead of, you know, somewhere around my knee area, going down the road. One thing we can do is what the Renault already has is a kink in the shifter. Obviously the other way around. The other thing is the RX-8 transmission is slightly shorter. All right, so RX-8 transmission, 29 inches pretty much. And the 5-speed is about 32.5. So we're talking about a 3-inch difference. So the center of the transmission shift is gonna be 3 inches forward with the RX-8 transmission. So we have a better chance of having good drivability with the car. But I think we're still gonna need a bit of a kink forward with the shifter. So I have opted to cut the outside of the pinch weld right there. Enough yapping, let's get to cutting. All right, guys, let's test fit the fender while we've got most of this cut out. There needs to be more cutting done. Down here. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's a bit better. That's a bit better, but it's still kind of kicked out, so. So as you can see, there's a gap bigger there than it is here. And actually the fender is gonna sit more inward and there's gonna be more tire poking out, so yeah, basically all of this has to go because right about here, back is gonna be the door, right? So I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be the door jamb for the Renault, so all that has to go. But before I start getting too crazy with the cutting, I'm gonna weld in a brace between the firewall and the shock tower. So we duplicated our work on the driver's side and welded a matching brace to strengthen the shock tower and firewall. The Miata is looking more and more like a skateboard with every single cut. In the next episode on this build, we brace the Renault Dauphine body from the inside and start cutting the floor out so we can test fit the body onto the newly cut chassis. Remember to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next on the build. Thank you for sticking around this far in the video. I will see you next time right here on Goodspeed.